Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully created one of the route, and also here I created one of the group route, right? So, and also I have created one of the method as a user, that means the user view. I get all the data and pass it into the user view page. So that is our user view. So right now I want to do, first of all, I want to design this page. Here if you go, that is actually our admin index. First of all, we have to load our master one. So that means this one, I copy it. So into the user here, I want to do and to paste it, right? So with this admin master, we will get actually all that our header, footer, and then sidebar, CSS, and the JSS, everything. So right now also we have to end it and this section. I just simply end this section. Now if you click the save all, and now if you go, everything will be very clear to you, because as I told you, this part actually our EL part, and that means every time our this part will be updated. Now click as a refresh. And now if you go to our manage user, go to our view user. Yes, you can see friend, that is our header is visible, our sidebar is visible, and footer is on here. So everything is now perfect. So here I want to update it. That means whatever the things you want to add, you can add it in particular that area. Okay. So right now, in particular that area I want to load on the table form. If you go to your theme, that means that is actually our theme, right? So into the exercise folder, as I told you, after end of this course, I will share this file. So into the exercise folder here, that is actually our index.html. Into the index.html, if you go to the table, into the table area, you can see that is actually the data table. So better I want to use that data table. So into the theme area, that is actually activated. So that is actually one style, that is actually another different style, there is another one, and there is also another one. Okay, so better I want to actually use this one, that means the data table with full features. So here the data table actually very interactive, means that is actually after the 10 automatically our pageination will be loaded. And also if you search anything, with the name, automatically you can see our search is activated. So that is actually the very helpful functionality. So right now I want to actually use this data table. Okay, so if you want to use it, that is actually a data table.html. Now if you go to our project, that means our theme, and you can see there is actually the table data, and you can see that is the tables data.html. That means that is actually the file as a tables data.html. So first of all, I want to open it with the Sublime text editor, and here we don't need this master, or that is edit, we don't need this. So right now in our table data, so that is our data table. So here we don't need any header part, right? Because of all I have already loaded into the master, we don't need that sidebar part. And that is a sidebar, footer, and that is all the data table. And before using the data table, there have some of the specific file. Here you can see there is actually some of the specific file as this one as a JS pages and the data table.js. So that will be needed, and also there is a data table mean.js. So these two of these actually will be needed. Better I copy both of these. Okay, I copy both of these, and every CSS and the JSS I have already saved in our admin, into the master, right? So to the master area, here you can see there is a template is available. So better after this I want to to paste it. Or some of the time actually, like that is actually into the before that template. Okay, some of the time actually it's creating some of the confliction. So better I want to use both of these in before that template. Okay, before this template JS, I want to cart it, and here before this template I want to paste it. Okay, so now we have to update two of this. First of all, that is actually our backend folder. Right, into the backend folder I have already add all that our folders into the backend folder. So right now we have to update it, our asset, sorry. So we have to update, that will be into the asset, and then our backend. Perfect. And also here we have to update the same, so that will be into our asset. So that is a asset, and then that is projected that asset folder is outside of our backend, so it's totally okay. So make that sure you add both of these. So because of all, if you want to use that data table have some of the dedicated JS file. So you make that sure you add both of these. Okay. So now I just click the save all, and then I want to get our appropriate div. That is actually our total features, right? That is actually our individual. I want to use that one. That is a data table. So better I want to actually take everything. Okay, so that is our data table. That is our content part. Data table.html. So first of all, that is a sidebar, and that is our main content part, right? So that is our main content part. You can see that is actually the main content part. So that is actually our footer part. So I have already added our footer part in our admin master. We don't need this. Only we need our this content part. Okay. So right now that is actually the main code I want to do and to use it. Okay. So that is actually the main all that things. So that is our header. I don't need this. That is our sidebar. I don't need this. Only this part I make it as a yield. You can see. If you go to our master, into the master, you can see only this part will be our EL part. So right now better I want to do and to copy it. Okay, I copy that part from here and now go to our view user and into the selection, that is actually our EL ID, and here I simply paste it. Okay, I paste it. First of all, I want to check it. Now click the save all, and now if you go there and now click the refresh. Yes, you can see, friend, everything is now successfully loaded. So that is our data table. Every one thing is loaded, and that is our footer. And first of all, I want to check it, our data table is actually working or not. So I want to use this one. So that is actually one of the accounts. So if you search with the accounts, yes, you can see it's actually getting this data. Perfect. Account related, everything is now getting. And the designation is also working. So right now I only want to take this one, that means this data table. So right now here, first of all, I want to remove these three of this. Okay, so here this complex header, we don't need this. So that is our first one, and that is our section row. That is actually our section. So first of all, I want to check it. So that is our main section. That is our call 12. So there is a call 12. There is another call 12. There is another call 12, and data table with the full features. Here data table with the full features, you can see. So I want to actually use this one, right? So here I want to take it. So that means this div will be needed. So right now I minimize everything. So here I just simply remove all that call 12. I remove it. Click the save all. And now if you refresh it again, now yeah, you can see two of this is now gone. They have the another two. After this there is actually another one. So after this also I want to remove it. That means that will be needed. That is our data table full features. That means this one I only want to take one. Okay, and this one I want to remove it. So that is our call 12. I minimize it, and that is actually a box. Okay, box that is actually first one. Better here. There is actually another box. Okay, there is actually another box as a hover export. You can see there is actually a hover export. Perfect. So now I want to actually also minimize it, and better I select everything. Okay, there is a box. I select it. So they have so many demo data. So I select this box. And here you can see that is actually the AND box. Okay, that is actually the AND box. So now I just simply select it. So I just select it. That is our AND box. There is a 1, 2 div and the section div. Perfect. So let's check this out. I just simply remove it. Okay, I remove it. Like first of all, and check it. Click the save all, and now if you go there, click the refresh. Yes, you can see it's perfect. That means right now our this data table is successfully loaded, right friends? So here it's successfully now loaded, and also I want to remove all the demo data. Like here, that is a lot of the data. I only want to take one tier. So here I will remove all the tier. I just simply select everything. Okay, I simply select it. So that is a tier, and there is a last one, and then there is a T body. Okay, T body will be needed. So here I just simply remove everything. So I only added our this T body, that means a tier for display that name, and there is actually for display our main tier one row, and that is our footer one. Perfect. Okay, so that is actually perfect. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you refresh it, yeah, you can see there is only one data is now visible. So right now I want to update one of the text. So here we don't need this actually. If you go, I want to make it as much clean. Okay, so then clean actually better. So like there is actually one of the div as a content head. So right now we don't need this. I simply remove total things from here. So that is our div, and that is actually our div. Perfect. So right now I simply remove it, and now if you click as a save all, and now refresh it, yeah, it's now totally gone. So that is the appropriate position I want to use, and then here I want to change that name. I want to name it as it should be as a user list. Okay, user and the list. And after that user list, I also want to add one of the button for the add user. If you want to add one of the button, you can also add it. Better I want to use it. So after this I want to add one of the ahref. Okay, so here after this I want to add one of the ahref, and to the ahref area, first of all I want to add one of the class. I name it as the add user. That will be as the add user, and here if you want to use some of the class, you can use it as a class. So if you go to our theme, into the theme area, they have also some of the button option. Better I want to take one of the attractive button. If you go to that content, so that is very much interactive theme. Actually that is one of the paid theme. So for the reason they have the lot of the functionalities on here. If you go to that component, into the component, that is actually the slider. That is the button. Where is the button? So that is actually application, there is a card, there is a contain, and there is icons. So there is a forms, there is a cards. So into the components here, you can see that is actually the button. So now if you go there, and you can see, friend, they have the different type of button actually you can use. So right now I want to use this type of one of the button. Better I just click as inspect. I want to only get that actually class. So for this one, you can see for this one I want to actually get this class. So this is the class I want to take. I copy it, and now here I want to use this class. Okay, so that will be one of the class, and also I want to make it as into the right position. That means our float will be right. So I put on the style, and our style will be as a float. Okay, float will be as a right. So here I make it as a right. That's all. Now let's check this out. If you go to save all, and here if you now go there, click as a refresh. Yes, you can see perfect. That is our user list is updated, and also there is one of the button as a add user. Okay, so right now if you click as a add, then it will be redirect to our another page for add that user. Okay, so right now it's perfect. I will create this route later. So friend, here right now we successfully created, that means design our user list page, and also here I load our data table, right? So now I want to get this data from our user table, and into the user table there have the another things I want to share with you, which I didn't cover it into the fundamental. Like if you want to add another new field, okay, so if you want to remove this database by the coding, how can remove it, and how can change that database, and how can migrate it again. So here I want to add another field type. So better I want to share that experience with you, then it will be very much helpful to you. So I will continue this process in our next video. I will show you how can create another field, and after that how can get all the data, and how can visible this user data in particular that area. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.